Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. And you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the Braxtons. This is season 1, episode 8. This is the season finale. I do appreciate you for coming to my channel. Please like this video, and also please subscribe to this channel if you are new, and please also leave your comments below. Let's get into this episode. Okay, so I think I'm going to have just a talk because it's a wrap up. I can state what actually happened, and that's cool. We can talk about that, but kind of just my overall feelings of the show. But we can start on some of the stuff that's happening. We know Tony and Cedric are about to have their show in Las Vegas. Tony is back, going through rehearsals and all that. She's making sure her doctor just cleared her of bronchitis, so cleared her to go back on stage after having bronchitis and all that good stuff. Tamar and Trina plan to be at the first show. Tawanda and Trina and Mom are going to be at the second show. Miss Evelyn joins Trina and Vaughn. Apparently, Trina and Vaughn, they have this cooking show. I think it possibly is on YouTube. I'm not for sure. We know Miss Evelyn and Tamar, or did I say Tamar? Hopefully I said Trina. Sorry, Trina. But anyways, Evelyn and Tamar have their own show. That's on the Clio TV app. It's a subsidiary of TV One. Trina and Vaughn, I think, have their show on YouTube. So anyways, Miss E came by and she let Miss Eve help in the kitchen and all that good stuff. We did find out with Trina, we got an update on her. She says that she's sleeping at night now. That whole cooking thing, she'll cook at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, she was staying up until sun up because she didn't want to feel the darkness and see Tracy and all that good stuff. It's been a 180 for her since going to counseling. So I love that for her because she seems very tormented and dealing with PTSD and trauma. So I'm glad that that's happening for her. Tawanda, she goes on the radio show and she talks about her alopecia. It was her grand exposure to let the world know that this is what's going on with her. You know, there's nothing about her that is insecure at this point. But her and Trina are coming out with this skin beauty line, facial line, I think it is. But it's called Alope or Alope. But it has something to do with alopecia or whatever. I think that there are a lot more women that deal with it. A whole lot more, especially black women, I think. And I'm not an expert on any of that. I didn't study up on it. So I'm just giving you what I think I know. But I don't care about, you can go on and correct me on that. I come in peace in regards to that. I think a lot of black women do deal with that. And they do cover it up with wigs and all that. She talks about the time where she hid it from her boyfriend. And when she finally exposed herself, how he was just great and loving, blah, 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 blah. Tamar, she goes to what people call a healer. She already said black people don't talk to dead people. Some do. Some do. She says that she's more than a medium, but a healer, which I just still think is a medium. But she did have extensive conversation with Tamar about what Tracy said. I'm just gonna, from my upbringing, it's kind of about the whole medium situation, but I think Tamar got the release. I feel personally, I would have taken the release of you able to getting things right with your sister before she passed away. You were wanting more time. You had regret. The healer said that she was trying to apologize to Tamar, and she's, as far as what Tracy was saying. But Tamar was like, she don't need to apologize. She don't need to apologize. The only thing I'm going to say about the Tamar, it just contradicts your scene that you had at Tracy's celebration. Unless you're not blaming her and you're just blaming the family for not telling you sooner. But anyways, I don't get it. The healer said that Tracy called her, Tamar, my baby, and I wanted to protect you. So I took that as Tracy didn't tell her about her illness, her diagnosis at the time, because she wanted to protect her. And we've been hearing that Tamar's very sensitive and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So just for me, Tamar, hopefully you got the release. You wanted more time with her to show how to be a better sister that you wanted to be towards, or you said a sister that you wanted to be towards her. I think Tamar is the first of the sisters to admit that they were horrible to Tracy. If anyone else wants to step up, come to the mic, let me know. And I think that there's guilt that I don't think you need at this point, because you know that you treated her wrong. And this isn't even a bad situation, because I actually give kudos because you're the one that actually acknowledged it. The rest of the sisters have not. But I think you wanted that time to make up for what should have been as a sister. But all I can say is just take the release that your sister is not mad at you. You took the time to make amends before she left this earth. God gave you enough time. And I think you took all the time that you needed. Asking for more time, I'm gonna say it this way, but don't take it judgmental, is a sin. God gave you enough time. Just take that and walk with that. Accept that. A lot of people don't get that time. I didn't get that time. Well, I didn't even know time was up for my brother. I spoke to him hours before he left this earth, not knowing that this was going to happen. There was no indication. And you get a medical examiner tell you that he died of natural causes. There's more to that story, and I'll tell it another day. But it's like, no, God gave you enough time. Y'all mended what needed to be mended. Y'all moved forward. And she loved every minute of it. I don't believe that Tracy's sitting up in wherever she's at saying, I hate Tamar because she wasn't really there for me. Nope, she got what she needed. She went on to glory. That's it. Okay, so, of course, the show goes on. Everybody really wants Tony to drop her jokes. Her jokes are corny and just not landing. Leave it up to Cedric, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Second night, there's this little comedy bit that Cedric has not told Trina or Tawanda what the plot line is or the storyline is, whatever. So they bring them on stage, Tawanda and Trina, and Cedric has this conversation. They talk about the toilet paper song. If you watch The Real, when The Real was The Real, with Tamar, which I did love her on that show, we got a little taste about the toilet paper song. Somebody bring me some toilet paper. That song. So they started singing that, and then Cedric was like, I think a couple more people want to sing. And they were like, well, who? Cedric brings Sean to the stage. Sean proposes to Tawanda, and it's a surprise. I kind of feel like with Tawanda and Sean, probably just more on Sean, I feel like he just did it for the show, because you should have been proposing. But whatever, they're looking forward to a wedding, and it felt gimmicky. I do think that Tawanda was surprised, or I think, but whatever. I just don't feel the genuineness out of the whole situation, but whatever. What else? Okay, so the next following day, or whatever, Missy, Tony, Trina, Tawanda, they meet up, have dinner, or lunch, or whatever. Tawanda brings out this old clip of Tracy. Tawanda is calling Tracy, and I guess it's on FaceTime or whatever. And she said, I got a surprise for you. And Tracy said, are you engaged yet? This is back in 2022, as far as what we saw the date there. And she's like, no, I'm coming to visit you. And then she said, I thought y'all would have engaged by now. like, come on and get married or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I was like, to me, it was awkward, because it's like, Tawanda has this way of mentioning Tracy. It's like, oh, it's time to talk about Tracy. And we're, as the audience, no hand claps, no yay. It's like, it's that part where everybody's on that joke about, give me my money. And for this one particularly, when Tawanda says, let's talk about Tracy, nobody's saying yay and clapping. That's how I feel, but whatever. Everyone did a reflection, and that was it. This is how I feel about the Braxtons if they decide to move forward. If y'all don't pivot, I'll just say this. I appreciate the reality. If you want to salvage your relationships, cancel the show. If you don't care, keep it going. But let me know so I know how to conduct myself. if y'all gonna have a show, keep it on the show. Meaning, we shouldn't be seeing all this stuff in the blogs. I don't know who released whatever to the Jasmine brand. Shame on whomever did that. Shame. Shame. And we may think that they're exploiting, which I think that, little kid, if there's a season 2 and they want to talk about Tracy, be business minded and get your executive producer role. You are in ownership of the image and likeness of Tracy Braxton Surratt. So you get that title and you get your check. That's all I got to say about that. But again, if y'all don't care about your relationships, cool. I'll continue to watch. If I feel cringy and stuff like that for season 2, like, again, I like the reality. I like the realness. I'm not totally turned off by it. I think that Kevin still deserves a chance to say his piece, to talk about his wife. Like, y'all act like he's about to just damage her and cuss her out and say she's no good. And I don't get that from him, and it don't seem like he's that type of person, but whatever. Give him a chance to get on here to say his piece. He ain't even got to talk to you. He could have a scene with little Kevin. Miss E don't say nothing for whatever reason I don't understand. You got all this mouth. You sisters. Shut up. I got something for Miss E, because sometimes, and she's an elder, but whatever, but I feel something towards Miss E, so I try not to go there that often. But anyways, what was I gonna say? That's about it for season 1. Y'all can tell me how you feel. I still think that this is probably the realest show. I don't think that black people really want real. I don't. I know the subject matter is touchy, and I do feel in ways that things are being exploited. The whole truth isn't being said, and I don't think that the sisters are being fair to Kevin Sr. or to Kevin Jr. But I still don't know what the behind the scenes, maybe he is getting a check. But that name, Tracy's name needs to be on there for using her image or likeness, or Kevin Surratt Jr. should be on there, or the second should be on the credits. That's all I gotta say. Tamar, I don't know what you're going to do, because it looks like you're going to stay over there and do you. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but whatever. Y'all made it work. It still felt a little bit empty, so we shall see. I appreciate everyone for riding on this journey. I don't make no apologies for my tears. I'm not going to do that. If it cringed you, I don't want anyone to be cringe on my channel. That's not my intent. If you felt cringe, I apologize for that. But if you're going to be on my channel, embrace me. No, we don't have to agree on everything, and that's fine. The fast forward button is pretty good, you know. The scroll button, you know, that still works. But before you do go, just like the video. You know, tomorrow may be a brand new day for you, and you'll like the next video. Subscribe to the channel and get your notifications. So that's all I want. You know, I just make no apologies for being me on my channel. I appreciate everyone that's come to this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're off to the next series. I do cover the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I want to cover New York. The opening scene seems a little bit dull. I don't know if they're gonna piss me off or not, but it's kind of to be determined on if I'm gonna cover that whole season. Just to let you know. Let me see. I'm still covering the Real Housewives of Detroit. The Real Housewives, Love and Marriage Detroit. November is going to pick up. Huntsville's coming back. Bell Collective's coming back. I'm still covering an independent web series. There's another one that I'll be covering in about 2 weeks from now. It's called Natives, and it looks like a good web series. At some point, my other favorite show, Complicated, should be coming back, hopefully very soon. I think Raising Kanan should be coming back. Power Ghost will be ending next week for their series finale. I still feel like there's going to be some type of announcement made, because how they're ending the series is quite crazy. But anyways, stay tuned, stay informed. I appreciate you all and love you. Until the next one, peace.